Music is a little bit of a magic ingredient that when you can harness it, you can get the very best out of yourself.
Very excited to meet up with Professor Costas Karageorghis today at Brunel University London. Thank you so much for having us coming, Costas. Very excited to be here.
It's a great pleasure. Where are the penguins?
The penguins, I didn't bring the penguins today. Today we're going to talk about the effects of music on performance. Here you're working with professional athletes and how they can both improve their performance and use music, or?
Well, often it's a combination of both, because the margins of victory in sport are minute.
Yeah.
And so athletes are always looking for an edge. And one type of edge is how you prepare psychologically for a given contest or championship. And I propose that music can have quite a potent effect in terms of how athletes are able to prepare and create some sort of regularity or consistency in their mindset to enable them to perform at their best. Music is a little bit of a magic ingredient that when you can harness it, you can get the very best out of yourself.
So my big question is then, as an athlete, what are the proven effects, the documented effects of music in terms of, I'm thinking, performing over a long period of time, or being fast, performing at a faster speed, or recovering faster? What are really the results that you have?
So the documented effects are that when you use it pre-task, it has measurable effects in terms of your emotional profile, what is happening in the brain, how you can control the cardiorespiratory system. The idea being that you can regulate your mood and optimize it for a given competition. Now, in terms of using music during performance, we know, at least with recreational athletes, that when we coordinate their movements with music, when we use the music synchronously, it can have a 10 to 15% ergogenic or work enhancing effect, i.e. if we're talking about extending an endurance type performance,
okay,
such as rowing or running or even swimming.
That's a big effect.
It's a bit, but this is recreationally active.
Yeah.
But in the case of elite athletes, there's only a very small tranche of work that's looked at elite athletes and ergogenic effects. So I mean, I tend to go out on the Track, in the pool, on the bike, film athletes at different intensities of working out, go through their music library. I've been fortunate in going through some of your musical predilections, and then trying to come up with short playlists that suit different phases of their training regime. That's generally how I work.
And I have to ask one question then, because I know that you had Usain Bolt in this actual room doing tests in here, right? And did you work with him on? Did he work with music with you?
Funnily enough, Usain Bolt's coach was quite anti-music.
Okay.
He was one who would advocate that you really need to be focusing inwardly, not looking for distraction. But you know what? Bolt was very much into his Barbadian dancehall. It was all part of his persona.
So it's funny that the fact that Usain Bolt's coach, he was focused on for him to use music to become distracted of the music itself, of letting that become a distraction. Where I see with the headset I'm using, I mainly use this headset because of its noise cancellation effect, and that just helps me get in the zone and get all distractions away. Does that?
These earphones that you have from Libratone, they have a great noise cancelling facility, which means that you can create your own auditory world, your own listening bubble.
Exactly.
So if you're preparing for an event, you want to block out the media and the weight of expectation and the the buzz of anticipation from the other athletes or whatever it might be, they're ideal. They can completely shut you off, cocoon you. You create your own listening bubble.
And that could, enhance the sort of getting in the zone before.
Right. Sometimes, in order to attain what we call the zone, you need to look inwardly to draw out the constellation of emotions that you associate with your peak performance.
Yeah.
And this type of technology can really help you to that end.
Cool. Right, so it's been really exciting to hear more about how music actually works and then has an impact on how we perform. And I know that you've prepared a little playlist for me. You've had some background information about me and made a playlist specifically for my training. And
they call me Pro Karageorghis because I'm moonlight as a DJ. You know how they.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it out.
Great.
To see, should we? I guess I'll put on some running clothes and jump on the treadmill.
Let's do it.
All right, so I've gone into my running clothes and I'm ready to do some testing now. And you've put together a playlist for me, if I'm correct, on how I can improve my performance.
That's right. What we've done is we've looked at your musical background, your favorite tracks, the workouts that you're doing in advance of your Project Iceman challenge.
Yeah.
And we've tried to come up with the ultimate playlist. So starting with mental preparation, I went for Power is Power. Mm-hmm. It's a song that it has a sort of poppy feel.
Yeah.
It's from the second series of A Game of Thrones. And it starts with this really powerful affirmation, I was born of the ice and snow.
That's perfect.
Then we progress through your warm-up. We have a track, Other Side, which is right in the sweet spot of dance electronica with Elefante and Nev. It has this lyrical refrain and repetitive mention of heartbeats as your heart rate is gradually elevating to prepare you physically. Now, in terms of selecting music for physical activity and exercise, that 120 is a critical break point where we go from a low intensity into a moderate intensity.
So 120 beats per minute.
It has that energizing feel. It's about twice your resting heart rate. Now then what I've done is we begin to make the transition from moderate into high. I've used a couple of your favorite tracks. One is Falls, the Golden Features remix with Odessa and Sasha Sloan. That ups the ante at 124 BPM, and the track has a sort of hypnotic quality about it. It envelopes you, but it's also weirdly activated. The next one is a little bit of a deviation from the sort of music that you would necessarily listen to. Yeah. But I had to get it in. Ice Ice Baby. Come on. Of course. It's going to take you to the end of the high intensity phase of your workout. It's just going to help you to keep your arms and legs moving when you're really hurting. And then finally, got one of your favorites to close the playlist. Where'd You Go? Yeah. Illenium, Set the Sky, 93 for the warm down, relatively slow, one of your favorite tracks, and the slow tempo will take your mind and body back down towards homeostasis, so you can revitalize. Nice. All right, Costas, so I've been lucky that you've been making this playlist for me. Do you have any practical tips for the viewers out there on how they can make their perfect playlist? Sure, I think the key thing is to consider the peaks and troughs of any workout and to have the energy in the music reflect those peaks and troughs. I look ahead, by the way, I don't want you to fall off. Also, think about extra musical associations. Is there music associated with a film or maybe a theatre production or something that you really enjoy that has visual imagery? If you're going to use the music during a workout, the key thing is that you have a constant rhythmic pulse. Simple music that you relate to from artists that you respect. All right, so keeping a sort of a constant pulse or beat to the music, particularly if using it synchronously.
quite simple music, keeping it quite simple with harmonically, and then obviously that you have good association with the music that you listen to get the right feelings. All right. Thank you so much, Costas. I'm looking forward to testing it now, and it's really been a pleasure visiting you here in the in your lab here at the Brunel University London. Thank you so much, Costas. I'm gonna put up the pace a bit, and then we'll try it out.
Okay, I'll leave you to it.
Thanks.